9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. You're getting much over.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Electron has left the pad and is off to meet the cosmos on this launch from Launch Complex 1. And as velocity increases, we are coming up quickly on the moment of max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure against the rocket as it clears through Earth's atmosphere. We'll hear the call out from our GNC operator in mission control shortly that is monitoring Electron's guidance and positioning.
Approaching max Q. Cleared max Q.
Enter
15 seconds to
burnout
staging.
detect mode.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stage 2 ignition confirmed.
Stage 2 guidance is nominal.
That is MECO. Stage separation and second stage ignition all successfully cleared for Electron as we continue on to orbit. The vehicle is moving now at more than 8,000 kilometers an hour at more than 100 kilometers above Earth on our way to that 1,050 kilometer target orbit. Now, there should be no blockers for the next milestone, and that will be fairing jettison, when Electron's nose cone splits and separates to expose those open cosmos payloads to space. And there it goes.
Fairing
That
jettison
is
confirmed.
Electron's fairing separated and fallen away as planned. And there on your screen are the Open Cosmos satellites integrated to our kick stage and attached to Electron's second stage as it powers past 8,600 kilometers an hour now. 4 minutes and 9 seconds into the mission now. There's Electron from our ground tracking camera, and we're also hearing nominal calls from our operators in mission control, which shows that all remains healthy with those Open Cosmos satellites on board Electron. Now, a couple more minutes to go until we reach battery hot swap on that second stage. And what that involves is that the Rutherford engine that uses its electric motors and high voltage batteries to feed propellant into its combustion chamber, those batteries are ejected because the longer session of the second stage's journey means that the batteries it started with run out before we reach the end. So we swap to a new set that will keep that engine running.
Guidance nominal. 200 seconds remaining.
HVB discharge holding nominal, approaching hot swap in roughly 30 seconds.
Throttling down.
Battery jettison confirmed.
Nicely done. That is battery hot swap successful for Electron's second stage Rutherford engine, with no change to the vehicle's trajectory as that second stage clocks more than 16,000 kilometers an hour, now more than 280 kilometers above Earth. And next up will be SECO, or second engine cutoff, which is the moment that that engine will shut down to separate the kick stage into its nominal transfer orbit. Now, to reach the 1,050 kilometer orbit required for this mission, the kick stage is released at the mission's perigee, or the closest point to Earth in its trajectory, and then sent on an elliptical path to meet its apogee, the farthest point. Stage 2 vacuum nozzle is still glowing bright at 7.5 minutes into the stage 2 burn and 7.5 minutes into the mission overall. So have a look at the dials on your right hand side of your screen there. You will see the percentage of the propellant that is remaining in the stage 2, and we'll be taking these tanks all the way to empty during this burn. That's what will get us closer to that perigee before we can coast around the other side of Earth in preparation for payload deployment. At around 9 minutes into flight is when the engine shutdown for Electron's second stage is expected to take place, just before the kick stage with the Open Cosmos satellites are released to begin that elliptical journey. Now, just a few more seconds to go until that happens with the Rutherford, otherwise continuing to burn bright on your screen for its 6.5 minute duration. Now, the next call we should hear from Mission Control is that guidance is terminal for the second stage before engine shutdown. Let's listen in.
SECO confirmed.